Hello, I'm Charlie English, Director of Emergency Management and Homeland Security here in the state of Georgia. As you know, our state is not unique in that we face the possibility of various threats, both natural and man-made, threats from severe weather to industrial accidents, as well as intentional acts of violence. GEMA and its partners in local and federal government, the volunteer community, and the private sector are working hard to prepare for and respond to emergencies quickly and effectively to protect our citizens and our critical infrastructure. An important piece in this preparation is communicating emergency life-saving information to the public. This depends not only on technology, but on the personal commitment and dedication of our broadcast partners and our local public safety officials. This video presentation will remind local emergency managers, 911 officials, and other public safety leaders of their vital role in the emergency alert process when seconds count. And it will underscore the important role that broadcasters fulfill in their community. Thank you for what you have done and will continue to do to make Georgia a safe place to live.
Having a reliable way to provide emergency information to our citizens is critical to public safety. And the Georgia Emergency Management Agency, GEMA, is responsible for ensuring that an effective and dependable emergency communications and alert system is in place day in and day out. GEMA's mission is to provide comprehensive and aggressive emergency preparedness, mitigation, response, and recovery programs in order to save lives, protect property, and reduce the effects of disasters and emergencies, both natural and man-made. And over the years, GEMA has worked with its partners at the local and federal level, the volunteer community, and the private sector to carry out this mission, and to be ready for the prospect of anything, from tornadoes to terrorism, planning for and responding to at least 20 presidentially declared disasters, as well as other events since 1990. Georgia has seen violent and destructive tornadoes, disastrous explosions, devastating floods, difficult hurricane evacuations, frightening school shootings, spectacular wildfires, the G8 World Summit that brought leaders from around the globe to Sea Island, and the '96 Olympics, including the Centennial Park bombing. When a disaster or emergency occurs, GEMA personnel and staff from other agencies that are tasked with various emergency support functions operate from GEMA's State Operations Center in Atlanta, the SOC. Requests for assistance ranging from shelter to law enforcement support to debris removal to help with mass casualties are handled through the SOC, which may be activated for an extended period of time. But GEMA planners and field coordinators also work with local public safety officials on a daily basis, helping with grants, developing emergency plans. That's because all disasters are local, and virtually every incident begins with a call to the local 911 or emergency communications facility. Most incidents are resolved quickly with local resources. But sometimes a disaster can exceed a community's ability to respond.
GEMA works with various state agencies, volunteer organizations, and private sector partners to ensure a coordinated, measured, and appropriate response from the state level for personnel or equipment or whatever local responders might need. It's important to remember that in an emergency or disaster, GEMA and state agencies are there to assist the local authorities. The state fills the needs that local governments cannot meet in a response to a crisis.
I'm Lee Brantley, General Manager of WTVM-TV, the ABC affiliate in Columbus. We also have responsibility for WXTX-TV, the Fox station in our market. The EAS system is a vital part of our responsibility as a leading news organization to keep our regional viewers informed and aware at all times of any pending or actual disasters or any other news of importance. In these times of uncertainty and increased threat of danger, the EAS system has become an even more important tool in this never-ending task. Our market includes Fort Benning, the Army's infantry headquarters, several major universities and corporations like Aflac, Carmike Cinema, Pratt Whitney, Kia, and many more. A public alert and warning system is critical to the public safety of these institutions, and the EAS network allows us as broadcasters to reach affected citizens in the most effective and efficient manner possible. WTVM is a regional primary station in the EAS system, and we take that job very seriously. We're responsible for helping many media outlets to have access to the valuable EAS information. Our engineering staff monitors the system 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're thankful to have such a great resource available for the continued safety and protection of all our citizens.
Communication among emergency responders is critical, and GEMA uses a common incident management messaging system to ensure that everyone is working from the most current and accurate information possible. GEMA also has the ability to provide an on-site incident command and communications vehicle to assist local officials.
Any emergency response has to be consistent with NIMS, the National Incident Management System, and communications is critical to the entire process. Everyone in the disaster response effort must have a clear understanding of what is happening, what is being done about it, and what their role is. We all need to be on the same page, and our biggest challenge is getting the right information to the right people.
The emergency alert system is a key part of GEMA's communications effort. At the heart of it all is GEMA's Communications Center, running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a conduit, a lifeline, that links local, state, and federal emergency workers with each other and to the public in collaboration with Georgia's broadcasters. Because regardless of how well local, state, and federal emergency response agencies communicate, it's equally important that life-saving information be communicated to the public. Probably the most recognizable warning system is NOAA Weather Radio. It operates in tandem with EAS.
Below normal. There were 22 heating.
That's the emergency alert system, which has evolved over the past 60 years and now uses modern technologies as it continues to warn the public of impending danger. And emerging technologies, as well as solid partnerships among federal, state, and local public safety officials and broadcasters, are what make it successful. EAS in Georgia is provided through EMNet, the Emergency Management Network. It's a satellite-based messaging system deployed throughout Georgia and 11 other states in the eastern U.S. EMNet is in place in GEMA's Communications Center, the primary state warning point, and it's installed in 20 broadcast sites, including all regional primary broadcast stations. It's in 911 centers and EMA offices in every county in Georgia, as well as in the Department of Transportation's TMC, or Transportation Management Center, the Georgia Forestry Commission's Dispatch Center, the Kings Bay Naval Subbase, and in National Weather Service forecast offices. Over 200 sites in all around the state. It's also being eyed by Southern Nuclear Operating Company as a way to enhance emergency communications capabilities at nuclear power plants in and around Georgia. It's the EMNet system that is used to broadcast severe weather information and Levi's calls. The EMNet program runs on a standard computer and requires little attention other than periodic software updates and minor satellite dish adjustments. But because it is low profile, EMNet is sometimes forgotten when there is no severe weather or other emergencies. And this is why it is so important that broadcasters and 911 center managers make it a routine part of their daily operations to ensure that the EMNet computer is on, that it has a good satellite or internet connection, and that the speaker volume is properly adjusted. These simple steps will help to guarantee that timely, life-saving notifications and warnings can be quickly disseminated, statewide through the broadcast media, and locally through a variety of electronic means such as paging and email groups. Any questions or problems dealing with training or maintenance can be addressed with a simple toll-free phone call to 1-800-TRY-GEMA. There's no room for failure when we talk about emergency notifications. Again, this is a comprehensive system, and Georgia's broadcasters play a vital role.
We interrupt this program to bring you this important announcement. This is an emergency.
They stand ready not only to broadcast potentially life-saving EAS alerts, including severe weather warnings and Levi's calls, but work with state and local officials on other projects as well, such as Maddie's call and Kimberly's call. Regardless of the threat, anywhere in Georgia, whether it's tornadoes, floods, hazardous materials, or even terrorism, a reliable and redundant system of emergency communications is in place to keep local, state, federal, and volunteer responders up to the minute and to warn the public, to save lives and protect property. Video provided by WALB-TV Albany, WAGA-TV Atlanta, WGCL-TV Atlanta, WSB-TV Atlanta, WRDW-TV Augusta, WTVM-TV Columbus, WIS-TV Columbia, South Carolina, WMAZ-TV Macon, and WTOC-TV Savannah. Video and assistance provided by Cobb County Department of Public Safety, Cobb County Emergency Management Agency, Cobb County 911, Georgia Department of Transportation, and Georgia Power Company. Audio narration by Buzz Weiss. This presentation was produced by the Georgia Association of Broadcasters in cooperation with the Georgia Emergency Management Agency. It was made possible under a grant from the United States Department of Homeland Security. Points of view or opinions expressed in this presentation are those of the authors and do not necessarily represent the official positions or policies of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security.